Welcome to Craft Eat and Carnivore. Here is my first attempt at making a pork rind pizza crust, and I hope you'll stick around to the end. I'll tell you what I liked and didn't like and what I would do differently next time. I've already blended my pork rinds. I used my Ninja blender and I used the cup attachment, the tall cup attachment, and I filled it as full as it would go. I was hoping for 3/4 of a cup, but didn't quite get that. I'm also going to use this grater attachment for my KitchenAid mixer, and this is really only the second time I've used it. I keep forgetting about it. I pre-cooked some 70/30 ground beef and a couple of slices of bacon that were chopped up. Here is the mozzarella I'm using, and I did put that in the freezer for about 30 minutes to an hour beforehand, and then I'm cutting it in half and then cutting it in half again so it'd be easy to put in there. And if you're curious, I'll show you how this thing works. Like I said, I keep forgetting that I have it because I had it in a drawer, and I can't tell you how many times I've hand grated cheese when I had this thing. So much easier, so much easier. It took me a little while to get it put together because I forgot how to do it, and I was too lazy to get out the instructions. But it worked so well. It did such a good job. There was a few little pieces in there, but and I struggled a little bit because I couldn't remember how to get it all together and apart. But it does come with 4 different cones, and so it's really awesome, and I'll start using it more. And here's what it looks like up close if you're curious about that. So look how nice it grated this cheese. I was really happy with that, and it ended up being the perfect amount of cheese as well. So I'm just going to start mixing everything together. I've got no set plans. I'm going to start with 1 egg. So I've got the pork rinds in there, and I'm just kind of throwing this and that in there. I'm going to start mixing that up a little bit, beat that egg just a little bit, and then start adding my other ingredients. So I'm starting with a 1/2 cup of cheese, and then I got a 1/3 cup and filled that to the line as well. So a 1/2 cup and a 1/3 cup of shredded mozzarella. And then I'm doing a 1/3 of a cup of Parmesan cheese as well. Most people don't do Parm and mozzarella, and I was curious how it would turn out. I was really happy with it. Now just a little bit of salt. I'm going to mix that up, and I can tell that I need another egg, so I got another small egg out. We have our own chickens, so we have eggs from our chickens. We've got some small eggs and some large eggs. Now I'm just going to throw in a little bit of cream cheese just because I had some and it's going to go to waste, so I just put a little bit in there. I thought, why not? So I can't tell you exactly how much that was. It's just a couple little scoops with the fork. And now it's a little too wet, so I'm going to do some more pork rinds. And I'll show you how I did that to begin with, and I just added a few more in there, not very many. You can tell it just takes a couple of seconds to blend that up. Very quick. So easy. I mean, you can buy them already like breadcrumbs, but pork rinds, but to me it was so much easier, and we have a huge bucket of pork rinds from Sam's Club, so it was, it was worth it to me just to do it myself. And now I'm adding some Italian seasoning, and that was highly recommended by some other channels that I watched. And this is real time, so you can see how much I sprinkled in there. And it made the house smell so wonderful. I can't tell you how good it smelled. This I'm getting out because it's going to keep my parchment paper from sliding all over the granite. And I know that from experience. When you try to roll something on parchment on granite, it just slides everywhere. I'm going to try to form this into a little bit of a circle. And then I'm going to put another piece of parchment on top, and then I'm going to roll it. Now, since my parchment is rectangular in shape, I'm not going to be able to do a complete circle. So I'm going to just do the best I can. It's going to end up turning out to be a little bit more of a oval shape, but that's okay. It still fit on my pizza stone. So here I am going to roll this and try to get it as thin as possible. Now I'm just pinching the edge all the way around, just kind of give that crust thing, an end to it. You don't want it to just taper off, so I'm just pinching, giving it a simple pinch. It's no big deal. It worked out great. Now I've got my pizza stone. It has already heated up in the oven. And my oven is at, I had it at 410 on convection, and I left it in about 15 minutes, and all I kept thinking in my head was everybody said to pre-cook 20 minutes, pre-cook 20 minutes. And I know convection cooks faster usually, and lower temp, but I have found that I still have to leave stuff in there the same amount of time, so I did cook it longer than the 15 minutes and it was too much. So this pizza sauce is not like a keto pizza sauce, but don't freak out on me. This is not going on my side. This is going on my daughter's side. She wanted to try the crust too. She's not keto or anything, so this is going on her side, but I wanted you guys to see what I was putting on it and what the label said. It's actually not that bad on carbs and sugar if you're keto. So she just wanted sauce, pepperoni, and cheese. So that's what she's getting on her half. I'm not getting any sauce because with carnivore, you got to stay away from carbs and sugar. And there wasn't any that is zero everything. So I went without the sauce, hamburger, bacon, and then some pepperoni as well. Not a lot of pepperoni. And now she gets most of the cheese too. I'm not giving myself that much cheese. And now it's ready to go in the oven. So here's just a quick tip for any jars like this. If you clean the top and clean the lid, it won't mold as quickly, and try not to splatter it on your oven like I just did. So here it is now. You can tell it really needed to stay in there a little bit longer. I would have preferred it been in there longer, but look at the crust. It was about to burn. So going forward, I will not pre-cook it near as long, and then I'll be able to leave it in with the toppings even longer. It looks really floppy when I take this piece off, but it really wasn't that floppy, so I don't understand. It wasn't like soggy or anything. It had a little bit of a crisp to it, but it was a little bit soft and chewy too. Overall, I was very impressed with the crust. I thought it tasted very, very good. It was a excellent alternative. I will make it again. I'll learn from my mistakes this time, and the smell in the house was wonderful. I hope you enjoyed my first attempt at a pork rind pizza crust. It turned out really well. It was delicious. I just overcooked it some. So going forward, I would not pre-cook it more than 15 minutes. I did use convection oven, so that does make a little bit of a difference. I think I left it in there for about 17 minutes, and that was a good 2 minutes too long. So I couldn't cook the rest of it, the toppings, as long as I would have liked to. My other issue with it was because I could not use any sauce. Mine was very, very dry, even though it tasted very good. The crust was good, the toppings were good. It was just extremely dry, and I had to drink a whole lot of water with it. I was chugging water. So that's the only issue. It would get kind of hung up in my throat. So I would like to come up with something that I could put on it to, give it make it not so dry. So if I could find a pizza sauce, or maybe even just brush on a very thin layer, would help it. I also thought about I would like to try like the butter mayonnaise or the bacon mayonnaise, and I wondered if drizzling that on it after it's cooked, if that would make a difference. I would like to try that. If you enjoyed my first attempt at a pork rind pizza crust, please give this video a thumbs up. You can subscribe to my channel right here. I have another channel. You can subscribe to that one right here. You can watch my most recent upload right here. And here is another video I hope you will enjoy. Have a wonderful day.